My name is Gordon C. James, and this is the demo I just completed of Alicia. And I completed that demo on a Joe's Prime really good canvas. I believe this one's a 16 by 20. And I like these canvases because it's a quality canvas, it's not a ton of money, and it makes it good for when you're doing, maybe a quick plein air painting or a portrait like this that's, you're gonna spend maybe an hour or two, a few hours on, and it allows you to do a lot of paintings without spending a ton of money. And it's a quality canvas. So this is the Joe's Prime really good canvas. Another surface that I really enjoy painting on is the Joe's Prime extra fine artboard. And I think you get a really good texture. These boards really show the brush strokes very nicely. They're also neat because with a lot of boards, in order for them to look nice, you need to get it framed. But with this, the option is you have the option to not frame it, and you could just hang it on a nail on the wall because of the keyholes on the back. I always gesso all of my surfaces, be it the canvas or board, and I always try to go with kind of a photo gray color. So how I get that gray color is I mix gesso, and I like the Joe Miller Signature Gesso because it is creamy and not chalky like less expensive gessos, but this still comes at a reasonable price point. And Joe's Prime really good paint because all I need is just a dab of this to make it the right color. So today I'm going to be using a little cup to mix this up in. At home, generally I'll do it in Tupperware or in a jar because I'll have some extra and I want to keep it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my large brush and scoop this out. I'm going to try to get enough of it to cover the board twice because I do coat the board twice. I make sure to kind of do this in a random pattern, and because I gesso the board with the same brush that I paint with, I make sure to wash this gesso out quite thoroughly. Get all the way up into the ferrule because right now, just stirring the brush in here, this could really be the last time I use this brush, and I don't want it to be that way. So I make sure to wash this out clean because gesso is going to dry hard as a rock. Putting a little bit more black paint in. This is a good consistency. I'm going to add a little bit of water because I prefer 2 thin coats over 1 thick coat, and that is just a matter of personal preference. So I'm going to stir this up nicely. Now I'm going to begin to gesso it. And I'm just going to paint this with kind of random brush strokes. If you paint it, all one direction, that is going to show through on your painting, and that is not what I like. So I prefer a random pattern, and I like to keep the pattern random so that it is not a distraction. I try to keep the color uniform, and I try to get kind of to that middle gray tone. So if you ever took a photography class, I'm going for about that same value that you would get like on a gray card in a photography class. If you want a smoother surface, I personally enjoy the texture of having the brush strokes in the gesso, but you could always sand it lightly and get it nice and smooth. It's just a matter of personal preference. This is my gesso board. If you look at it, you can see it's a little uneven. There are some parts where I can still see the board. And I'll just take care of that with an additional coat a little later. There we go.